Lim and Counting, written by Satina Kennedy Hansel. A giant mystery. When a group of people settled Rapa Nui in the Pacific Ocean, they cleared trees for homes and fields with plenty of fish, wildlife, and crops. The population grew. They carved more huge human figures of stone and raised them along the coast. Then, around the year 1680, the carving stopped and the population dropped. What happened? One theory is that Rapa Nui used up many of their resources as the population grew too large. Resources are natural things in our environment that help us live: food, clean water, energy. At one time, the island was able to provide a small population with food, water, and wood for building. During this time, the people might have used a trunk of trees like wheels to move the huge stones. Eventually, though, the populations grew too large for everyone to get what they needed. The The forests were all gone. Many of the people died because they used up their resources. Many people think today the 8 billion humans on Earth are using the planet's resources in a much same way. Will we meet the same end as the people of Papua New Guinea? How many are too many? If you look around Earth, you may not seem crowded. There are empty houses, fields, and forests. Even New York City, with an average of 29.729 people per square mile, still has room for parks. Overpopulation is not a problem of space, rather it is a problem of having enough resources. Overpopulation means that people have gone beyond the environment's carrying capacity. The largest number that can live in the place without using up the resources they need in order to survive. Scientists estimate 40 billion people. Scientists estimate Earth carrying capacity between 2 and 40 billion people. Why such a wide estimate? Because carrying capacity depends on how many resources each person uses. If everyone on Earth lives the way most Americans live, Earth could only support 2 billion people. That's because the high-income countries, like the United States and those in Western Europe, use most of the world's resources. Those living in low-income countries only use a small share. 3/4 of the world's people live in middle-income countries, where there are more and more resources than are being used. One of these lowest countries are China and India, which have more than 1 billion people. If everyone on Earth used only what we need to stay alive, our planet could support 40 billion people. Other species would be pushed out, however, and left behind. A recent problem. Experts suspect the kind of collapse that led to decline the Papua New had happened to many civilizations. In the Middle East, where farming began about 10,000 years ago, population soared with more than food from irrigating, enough salt in the soil to kill crops. This land was known as the Fertile Crescent because they could grow so much food wore out. Over time, the theory goes and the carrying capacity of the land decreased, and the ancient civilization disappeared. As the population go beyond their carrying capacity. The re- the wait a minute. The result can be starvation, the spread of disease, the destruction of the environment, and wars. People fight for scarce resources if they can. Some people live to find new resources. The Rapanui could not leave because their nearest neighbors were thousands of miles across the ocean. They had no wood left to build canoes as the Europeans' population boomed in the 1800s. People moved to America and Australia. The growth spread. In 1800, 1 billion people lived on Earth. It took humans 120,000 years to reach the number. By 1927, just 127 years later, we are double that number. 30 years later, 1960, we tripled 3 billion people. The year 2022 saw the 8 billion person on the planet, and the population is still growing at more than 200,000 people each day. The population explosion began with the new technology of the Industrial Revolution. New farming practices, manufacturing, and railroads can change the way people live. More food and better distribution mean that more children survive and the people were healthier. More people move from farms to cities in order to work in factories. At the same time, scientists are discovering the cause of too many diseases and ways to save thousands of lives. More children survive to adulthood, which meant that more adults were around to have more children. The human population moved. Technology to the rescue. The human population might have grown faster than its ability to grow food, but it developed. The Great Revolution began. Scientists developed special needs so farmers could produce more food. They developed chemicals to control farming. Now could grow food with chemical fertilizers and aggression. This new farming technology spread across the globe, allowed even low income countries to grow more food. It brought a threefold increase in food production. Some people believe that this kind of human invention would allow the population to grow forever. Yet, new technology brought new problems. More waters were needed for aggression. Chemicals used for growing crops polluted food and water, poisoned the environment. Some people realize that when destroying the planet, we depend on it for life. Of course, resources are renewable. They can be replaced. New trees can be planted. The sun and wind offer huge supplies of energy. Water is constantly renewed through the water cycle. Only 2.5% of Earth's water is fresh. However, on the polar belt, 2/3 is frozen in glaciers. The amount of available fresh water is less than 1% of the water on Earth. Fresh water is not everywhere on the planet either. 1/4 of people, mostly Africa and parts of Asia, do not have a safe source of drinking water. 70% of available Fresh water is used for agriculture in the United States. Underground water in the West is pumped here faster and it can be replaced. The mighty Colorado River stopped short of the ice of the sea because so much water is taken for agricultural activities. As the water becomes scarce, much of the cropland that feeds the world will become desert. Some of Earth's resources like coal, copper, and other metals can't be renewed. These resources can take millions of years to form, so they can't be replaced once they are used up. China consumes the most coal. By far, the United States consumes the most oil, and more than Asia, with less than 5% of the world's people. It uses 20% of the world's oil. An ecosystem is another resource that can't be renewed. Ecosystem is the work that keeps our planet healthy, swims clean water, and reduce flooding, grassland from rich soil, and forests balance the atmosphere. Yet, heavy use of wood and farmland is destroying many important ecosystems. Nearly two-thirds of Earth's tropical rainforests, the most diverse ecosystem account. Thousands of animal species become extinct each year. You cannot bring them back. Our planet is warming too. Burning fossil fuels such as oil and coal can release carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, trapping more heat at the Earth's surface, changing ecosystems. Around the world, we already seen the melting polar bears crack, spreading desert and even wider weather. This change cannot easily be reversed. The good news: by 2010, the global population growth rate has slowed from a high 2.2% to 1.1% per year. In many high-income countries, population growth actually stopped reverse. The birth rate is now below the replacement rate 2.1 children per woman. The replacement rate is an average number of children born per woman that over time will create a stable population. More people are becoming aware that Earth has limited resources. Renewable sources of energy, such as wind and solar power, are being developed. Many countries have passed laws for cleaner air, water, as well as protection for the ecosystem. In some places, forests have increased, although the ecosystem of old forests are often lost, even when new trees are planted. An uncertain future. Despite the good news, the world's population continues to grow, mostly in low-income countries. The United Nations predicts a population of nearly 10 billion by 2050. By most estimates, this must twice the number of people who can live on Earth in a sustainable way. But no matter which estimate you believe, everyone now agrees that human population cannot keep growing forever without destroying the planet. Lower birth rate is critical. If high-income countries can share the Earth's resources more fairly, they can actually have this global birth rate. How might they do it? Lower birth rate is critical. If high-income countries can share Earth's resources more fairly, it can actually help lower and global birth rate. How might they do this? First, educate women. When women are educated and given control over the size of their family, Let parents have fewer children. Second, make sure that children get better health care, clean water, and good food. Families generally have fewer children if they believe the children they have will survive. Third, government can provide help for elderly and sick people so that parents will know someone will care of them when they are old. Enough for everyone. Consider the United States because it has surpassed its caring capacity. Americans must bring in resources from other countries to up their standard of living. With 8 billion on Earth, we need many more planets for everyone to live like the most in the United States. Everyone in the world can have enough to eat. However, if people in high-income countries eat more and waste less, for example, grain is the most important source of food, yet as wheat production grew for high and middle-income countries, a third to a grain grown worldwide is used to feed livestock. It takes a lot of grains to feed livestock. It takes a lot of grain to create 1 pound for meat. Wait a minute. Eating less meat means more grain for people in low-income countries and protect a valuable grassland. Will China surpass the United States? Where is it? Energy use in 2009. The average Americans use more food and far more water than they need to survive. They are the world's biggest consumer. They could instead be the world's most intelligent consumer if they make intelligent choices on how to live. An arm in space. The Papa Rui left records on the coffee table. The Papa Rui on the cup, but no one can translate the ancient language today, so even we can still learn from them. Hopefully, the tale of the little island can teach us how to protect our limited resources on Earth, a little island in space.
Good job!
Enjoy.
Nhiều thế. Những câu kia sao? 579 đấy. Phải đọc chậm thôi chứ tìm hiểu mấy cái nội dung chứ. Toàn làm liều.